What's up, everybody? What's up? We
She
are
back.
back.
She back. She back.
We are back. We are back. We got two great interviews for you today. It's going to be separate, so because they're both very near and dear to our hearts.
Yes.
And our first interview today, first of all, TT, how are you doing?
I'm here. I'm alive.
Do you like her t-shirt?
I'm matching my lights.
Yeah, that's right. She's matching the lights behind us. We are color coordinated today.
Yes. I'm excited about these interviews, Mary.
Oh, I know. It's
So excited.
Yes. So our first interview is with Miss Veronica. I love this girl. Let me tell you, she is part of Monsterboy Lives, and she was us. She also does my hairdo sometimes. Yeah, she does the best color in town. Let me tell you.
She does some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not yet to be treated by that.
Oh, girl, we gotta go.
I've admired some of her work. She does
I got to
good
take
stuff.
you. I got to take you.
Yes.
She's the best, and it lasts for like 6 months. I'm telling you, she's awesome.
But
But
we like
she
redheads.
is.
I like my redheads.
She is down in the lobby, and we are going to be talking about an event that she has coming up, and she's doing this to help, musicians with learning new things to help them sell out venues, and it's really cool. So we're going to bring her up and we're going to talk a little bit more about it. And she is coming to us from Austin, Texas today. So
Really appreciate that.
Veronica.
Really appreciate that.
Hello.
Hey, pretty lady.
Hope everybody's doing well today.
Oh yes. We're better now that you're here.
Yes. There's more red in the building.
Exactly. Always makes things better. Or at least more dangerous.
So,
Right.
Veronica, you are October 26th at Water Water Tavern, which is 2500 West 7th Street in Little Rock. You are hosting an event called Arkansas Arts GetSmART. How to learn to sell out a venue and get invited back. So, tell us how you got this event and how this all came about, sweetheart.
Okay. I would say about 5 years ago, I took a course called Artist Inc. That was held in Central Arkansas, and it was how artists can be more mindful of the business side of what they create. And in that, there was a week in which we had 2 hours that somebody came in and talked about grants. And I don't know about you, but I love the idea of free money.
Right? Where do I get this stuff?
Sounds
Right.
tasty.
So, and we had been in the music scene in Arkansas for about 17 years, and we had never made a connection or been pointed in this direction. So I quickly became friends with the free money people. And I, we have gotten this Sally Williams grant several times to go to conferences or to take some sort of educational uh, thing out of state, and they've paid 50% up to $500 a piece for us to go to something like that. So it's real money.
How does one do something like that? How does one
seek out those?
So I
because there's
talk
a lot
about
of
that.
people that
Yeah,
do,
I
different
talk
forms
about
of
that
art.
in the GetSmART thing.
So
See, you
that's a
gotta be
test of
there
it.
to learn about
She's
this.
holding out on us.
Now, this is
I
a
am.
free event, correct? But
Right.
there is
yes.
in the Facebook event, there is an Eventbrite link so you can reserve your seat. Am I correct?
Yeah. And with that, you reserve your seat, and you can attend it virtually. You can attend it the day of, which is always a little bit better because you get to look around the room and see who else is really serious about music. Um, but even if you're not available on the 26th between 5 to 7, you can sign up, and I believe they send you an option to watch the Zoom later. I think it's within 2 weeks, a month, something like that. But yeah, so there's absolutely no reason to skip this event. And I became friends with these people at the Arts Council, and I asked them, why we don't have more geared towards music. And they've built some stuff, but I was like, hey, there's a need for this specific thing in the community. And after I had detailed out what I thought that we needed as a first step to put everybody on the same page, I somehow ended up with the position of teaching the class, which I've taught a few workshops before. So this isn't outside of my wheelhouse. I was just surprised that, but I think if I can get people to show up to this, I think there will be more programs designed with music in mind. I
And this
think
is taking place at Whitewater. Now, what time is the event itself taking place?
it's between 5 and 7. And I'm going to go over things all the way from analyzing what your craft is, which is in the grant speaking world is called an artist statement, but in the music world is called an elevator pitch, to understanding who your audience is, to ending up in the right venues, and then how to be a good partner to the rest of your community and work all the avenues to help market and build your brand out. So, and
Awesome.
there may be a sheet of things not to do at the venue. I'm
Right.
sure everybody knows what those are, but it's great to have it it's
Never
great to have it
knows.
for that new band member so he doesn't end up burning a bridge for you early on.
Right. We have a question from a Facebook user. It says, date. This is taking place October the 26th. So October the 26th, be at Water Tavern at 2500 West 7th Street in Little Rock, Arkansas. And it is between 5 p.m.
And 7.
and 7. So, and we've got another question. The Facebook user says, nice. I grew up in winning, how do you say that?
Wimberley.
Wimberley,
Wimberley,
Texas.
Texas.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
I was like,
Wimberley,
there's
Texas.
a way.
Awesome to know. So that's awesome.
Oh,
So
they may
we've
be
got some
familiar what we're
people
playing
starting to come
tonight.
in. Right.
We're playing at the Saxon tonight.
Yo, yeah. You're playing
Yeah,
at
the
the
Saxon Pub.
Saxon. Yeah. I seen your live video on Facebook and y'all were talking about that. And so you're actually out in Austin, doing the thing right now. You're not only playing, but you're also out there, like y'all are at BMI and everywhere else, right? Right now?
Yeah. We were actually, and fingers crossed they meant it, but somebody pointed to the stage and asked us, hey, you guys want up there next year? So hopefully that means we'll have an ACL gig next year. But
Nice.
that's moving very fast, and I'm excited.
Nice.
Be careful what you wish for, huh?
Yeah, BMI has been very good to us. So if you don't have a CRO, I highly recommend BMI. But all of them are great. But I just know our unique experience to BMI, and they even like backstage, they even had the air conditioned bathrooms. I'm telling you, like they took care of us.
Hey, those
No
are
porta
bonuses.
potties here.
Those are bonuses,
Mhm.
All right, we got the Facebook user said, I worked with Austin artists for 25 years. I worked with Austin artists 25 years ago. That is very cool. Facebook user, can you tell us where you are viewing us from? We drop on multiple platforms. We drop on my personal. We drop on the Mama Mary, the Rock Tight, the Mama Mary's Music Mayhem, the YouTube channel, Tiffany's, and mine. So if you would please tell us where you are viewing from. And for some reason it's coming up Facebook user. So we want to call you by your name. So tell us what your name is. And they said they are
Irish.
amazing. Yes. So apparently they know about the bathrooms too.
I will say that
The topic of the day is the bathroom
With the AC.
with the AC.
We try not to make it about spontaneous stuff. But Everyone
Right.
likes a good bathroom.
I will tell you
So,
that Houston is a lot further than Austin than it looks like it is on the map. We've been
Always is
zigzagging
in
back and
Texas.
forth all week. Woo! It'll wear on you.
right?
Yeah.
So, for those that are watching for the first time or those that are seeing y'all, even though I've interviewed you before, y'all have actually come on and played some music for me. Give them a little background on who Veronica and who Monster Boy lives. Sorry.
Hey, it's all good. I understand that there was a movement that came after we named our band, but I'm tired of changing names, so we're just gonna
Yeah,
roll with it.
I'm over it.
Um,
It's like
so let's
Veronica and
hear.
Chris is the band. There you go. I
Oh,
know
our
that much.
Yeah,
Facebook user is Gina Scarberry. Hey, Gina.
yeah. It's
I
the
see y'all
it's
for
the
the
two
first
of
time at
us.
Norfolk.
We are a multi-genre, multi-instrumentalist. Um, we recently I realized that we're writing from a place of straight passing members of the LGBTQIA community. And that's really where a lot of our music, it all kind of focuses on finding your place without taking it from somebody else, and finding your person and leaning real hard into them because they're the ones that get you. So we're definitely for people that are in love with the concept of being in love. And we work with antique instruments, vintage instruments, and also modern sound, like found sounds to create our music. Um, my favorite instrument right now is a 1922 con bass saxophone. She is 5 feet
Yeah.
tall,
Yeah.
sassy,
Yeah.
sexy tuba.
That's the one that's on Facebook, right? That you've talked about and shown.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Okay. All right. All right.
I named her Sweet Sweet Connie.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, sweet Connie. We love you, Connie. Mwah.
Right? And we have those like really like eclectic weird antique instruments like that one. We have a 1930 Silvertone accordion that we use. And then Chris is really drawn to like these vintage sounds from the 60s through the 90s. So like keyboards and
A
guitars and
little bit of funk on
basses.
the keyboards every once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's got an amazing voice. I mean, he blows me away every time. The first time I seen y'all, I was like, how could two people, first of all, you radiate how much love you have from each other on stage, everywhere it doesn't matter what you're doing, it radiates from y'all. It's just amazing. But y'all drive so good musically together. It's just amazing with his vocals, your horn playing, and then you do some singing as well. You
Yes,
know,
I've
you do
started
some
singing.
harmonizing as
They
well.
yeah, they have drugged me into singing, kicking and screaming as it is. Um,
Well,
Chris
thank
has
you,
an
Chris, for doing
amazing
that because it was a good
right.
move, brother.
Well, I always could not carry a tune in a bucket when I was younger. And I was also a bit tone deaf. Like I couldn't tell pitch. So somebody would have to tell me if I was off. I'm like, I don't know. I'm holding two fingers down. That's supposed to be an A, yo. Uh,
Is this how you do it?
right? But something happened when I came back to playing. I came back about 20 years ago, and maybe it was all the drugs I did in my 20s. But
Tends to happen.
when
It
I when I
fixed things. No?
when I came back, it's like my brain worked differently. Like it understood music differently. I did not pick back reading music. I picked up the only way that Chris knew how to speak to me in music, which is this is a C on the guitar. And I was like, so then I'd pull up a little diagram, and I'm like, okay, that makes it an A on such and such instrument. And so we talked in letters instead of like with a little circle. And I started like learning and memorizing rhythms, which is something I guess I got started in when I did dance before. Um, but so it almost looks like guitar notes. I just have like some letters on like my phone to remind me where I'm supposed to start, and I play off of that. But it's been weird coming back, and I'm not sure what the question was. But on the vocal coach, yeah, Chris goes to
Well,
Sally Howell, who's out in Benton. She's absolutely amazing. And since I can tell when my horn's off, she was like, let's just try vocals. And I picked it up pretty quick. It's surprising to me. So
Awesome. So how did you get connected with with the Arkansas Art Council? And, I know that's a real big baby of yours and that you really, really love to get the news out about it. So how did
yeah.
you find out about it and how did you get hooked up with that?
So when I was and by the way, the Artist Inc. thing, that's a multiple state thing. So that's over Texas, Arkansas, Kansas, Missouri. I'm Oklahoma. I'm missing one. Maybe it's Louisiana. I don't know. They'll be mad. But they brought in the Arts Council, which is specifically for Arkansas. Um, and I raised my hand because I was kind of browsing through the artists that they had on my phone while, when the guy started talking. I was like, okay, who are these people? And like, kind of like, that thing we do where it's like, am I in the right place? Is this worth
Right.
my time, or
Yes.
or am I at a bluegrass festival and I play metal and it's, you know,
see what
it's a
happens.
different world. Or in my case, pop, and I'm in a metal
Right.
space.
Right.
So I'm looking, I see a lot of jazz, a lot of classical, and a lot of people banjos. And I'm not very good with tact anyway. I'm entertaining, but I'm not very good with tact. So I raised my hand. I said, I want you to understand something. I am both a German and a Capricorn. I do not get subtlety, and I'm also extremely persistent.
I tell everybody I'm a Gemini. You
Yeah,
don't know who you're gonna get.
right. It is best to go ahead and tell me if we're not going to do business with each other, because if you keep telling me that we'll get to it, you're just busy, I'll see you in a week or a month. I've gotten better. It's a month now. I'll put you on my schedule for a month. And I swear, the 5th at like 2 a.m., you're getting an email because that's when we talk on.
So when your brain's working, right?
Yeah, that's just how I work, because obviously you want to work with me because you would tell me if you didn't.
That's right.
Um,
You tell them, sister. You tell them. Let's
so
give you a
I,
Yes.
So I asked this guy, I said, I was like, I'm not seeing my type of music here.
Hello, Jody.
Like,
Jody's in the room.
hi, Jody. And I was like, I was like, I would love to participate in some of these programs, but, I understand that this space may be reserved for artists that are, shall we say, not played on the radio, artists that
Right.
are not trying to currently eh, be commercial. And I understand that there are programs set up specifically for non-commercial artists, because we need them continuing this heritage, intellectual music, shall we say. um, and he said, well, that's the only people asking for money right now from me.
Wow.
So he said, we would love to help you out as well, but you have to show up. Okay, well, I can show up. So I started showing up and I started attending their GetSmART things. I started learning. There's a lot of language, and I've talked with them and Ma about this. There's a lot of language that's very prohibitive to musicians, because we don't know we have a seat at the table. This has been fine arts for so long that the programs are written by fine arts people. The language is fine arts. It is graded by fine arts. Therefore, you have to learn how to speak their language if you want their money. And, you know, I'm tenacious as they get, but I had a moment when I was reading stuff where I said an artist statement and a CV, and then I looked up what a CV was, and a CV is a list of everything you've done ever in art. So, as a musician, we're talking about every gig you've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of a thing measuring contest.
Right.
And
How big was yours?
and it's right. And the thing is it is normal for these to be 10 to 25 pages long
Right.
in the art
Jody,
world. So
she
that's
is
a
in from the Mina radio station, and she says independent artists are on my soapbox, especially working in radio. So she's, I mean, they did a big thing today because they were trying to get independent and, artists like Arkansas and stuff like that to be able to be played on their radio. And
mm,
they did a big thing today where they can actually start playing that
Playing
now.
a lot of the
oh, fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why we can't stay from Arkansas. Hi, Amanda. Um, it's so I'd love to talk to her about that. We are a bit polished. That might be a good way to say it. And we're a bit weird in the fact that you don't realize that our instruments are weird. Like you can
But
just
you're the
listen
whole
to it, think
package.
it's something
You're the
on the
whole
radio.
package. I mean, even though there's just 2 of you, it sounds and the way you present it with your stage show and everything that goes along with it, it's like a 5 or 6-piece bands up there just, you know
Well, so how we do that is we're in the recording studio. Like our living room is basically a recording studio. And we have a ridiculous amount of instruments in there, and we record each instrument at a time, and we layer those on until the song's done. When we perform live, we duck out as many instruments as we can fit into the car, and we take those to the venue, and our backing tracks fill in the sounds that we can't perform live.
Right. We got a new viewer. Hello, sweetheart. How are you doing? That's my sister from another mother. I love her.
Oh, cool, cool. Hi, Angela.
Uh,
Yes, Angela's kick
yeah,
ass.
she's been
She's a
a
big
supporter of
supporter.
ours since day
Yes.
one. Since day one,
Huge.
and she supports a lot of
Everything.
artists. I mean, she's just amazing. So, what is to come? You got this event for the Art Council, which is October the 26th. And, this sounds like, something that, even you and I need to go do if we can make it
Why
happen.
not? We could do it.
We'll
We could
have to,
squeeze it up in there.
we got a squeeze. Yeah. Because we're leaving for the Josies Friday,
Yep.
and then we'll be back. Count the days.
Who
Let's see.
knows?
Well, we're coming back that Monday.
Sunday,
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, you'll be here.
All right, we'll be back.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
we'll try to
Yeah,
squeeze it in, and because it sounds like even somebody like us, because what we do
That
is
would
we
be
try to get
interesting. I
independent
would,
artists
yeah.
out, and we go to festivals, and we ourselves like to go to things to where we can learn and learn how to do things better, and and because we have artists that work with us on shows,
mhm,
so we want to learn all aspects of everything. So
Yeah.
we also, because we really try to look out for the artists that we work with, so that way we're very, like you, very very educated on different things. So
yeah.
there
And
is your lovely
There he is.
oh,
Chris.
there you
Hi, Chris.
The real gorgeous redhead is your wife. The fake one is this one.
now. I'll say that I'm hoping I can kind of turn a tide with the Arkansas music scene. There seems to be a habit of not letting other people into the thing you found. And there's very specific instructions. Take the information you get here and share it with others and bring it to others.
Well, see, and
Like,
that's the thing I've always been a stickler at, and there are some out there that you want to help and you do help, but they don't reciprocate the same way to another artist. They're like, "Oh, I got this thing now. I'm running with it." If we would all work together, and all look out for each other and all help each other succeed, we would go so far.
It would.
Well, a tide rises all ships.
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am.
We
You're
rise
right.
together is the way I look
Yep.
at it, you know.
And the thing is if there's a grant, and if I've told somebody about it, and let's say there's 500 people applying, if it is so close that somebody I told about the grant wins it over me and we're like right on that edge, like, that's okay because my friend got it.
Yep.
Right.
And
You help
you'd be
somebody.
You help
amazed how many,
somebody.
yeah, and you'd be amazed how many times that gets reciprocated. Um, like when we had our punk band, we would throw these shows, and they'd be event shows, and we'd book bands on there, and we'd take the money after the show. And didn't matter if you opened, if you were middle, or if you closed, you got the same amount of money. And my logic was is we were all local. We all put up flyers. We all told people about the shows. We all invested equally in making the show a success. And word got out that that's how I did business.
Right.
So fast forward to about 10 years later, we're a husband wife duo. The band's falling apart because 12 members in a punk band. How long did you think it was going to last?
There's only so much moshing and jumping around you can do, right?
There's only so much like counseling a hairdresser can do for free. Um,
Hairapathy.
Herapathy.
yeah,
Good one. Hey, yeah. Let's see what we can do
but
there.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a good one.
but yeah,
Herapathy.
it's but then we were just this two-person band that had no audience, like nobody knew who we were. And this guy booked us on a show, and we played the show, and he walks up after the show. First of all, he puts us on in the middle. And I was like, and I told him, I was like, hey, we don't have a draw, because I know how Arkansas likes to do their, biggest draw at the end and smallest draw at the beginning. And he was like, yeah, but he said, you guys need the audience. And it's like, this way, the audience that comes for the first band, the audience that comes for my band will both catch you. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then he walked up with an envelope of cash at the end of the night and handed it to me. And I looked at him. I said, are you sure you handed me the right envelope? He said, all three of us are local bands, and we all chipped in together. And I looked at him. I said, did you ever play with the fairies? And he said, yeah. He's like, that's where I got that. And I was like, wow, well, thank you.
Jody said, tell you to follow her, which when we get off here, we can send you a link to her Facebook page. And
Super
she
cool.
also sent her
Super
email
freaking cool.
address. And
She knows a lot of people.
she's the one with the
man.
Mina radio
Yes.
station.
She
So
knows a lot of people and a lot of good shit.
yeah, so she's
Oh,
really
cool.
good. She's really good, and she's really into a lot of things. So she would be someone that definitely would,
Support local
yeah,
stuff.
would
Hands
support
down.
anything that you're trying to do to help get things changed. And
Spread it out. Spread the word.
so what is other than this event, the October 26th, what else is coming up for you and Chris?
Let's see here. We have a show in Texarkana on Friday, and then we have a show in at Mule Kick and Magnolia, I think, on Saturday, and then we'll be going to Kick in El Dorado sometime in November. I'll have to look. I'm not sure if we have much more booked after that. I
And you're
know.
playing the Saxton tonight, ain't you?
Yeah, we're playing the Saxon tonight, which
Yeah.
is, from my understanding, huge. It was kind of like when we got booked at the basement. I was like, okay, cool. Then I walked away and I talked to people like, holy shit, you're playing that, and I was like, huh? And then I looked it up. I was like, oh shoot, people are famous after they play there. That's cool.
There you go. It's always good.
Sometimes I bumble into things. But yeah, so we have that, and then honestly, we have a crack in our windshield, and somebody bumped into our car right before we left Arkansas. So it's got to be in the shop, and I'm kind of pausing booking until I see if they got to order additional parts after they get in there.
Right.
Um, But I mean, I can take stuff before the body shop, but that's somewhere like second week in November or something. We'll be playing up in at Norfolk Brewing
Yay,
on
that's the first time I
New
ever
Year's
seen
Eve.
you guys. That's the first time I ever seen
I
you
think
guys when Monkey Thumb played
the
there.
wasn't
And
that
then
the
we
very
met.
first gig that I ever booked for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yep.
I think so.
That was my first time seeing
I
y'all.
knew
Was
they
in
would love
Norfolk.
you. See,
Yeah.
I was right.
And then I took my kids last year. My kids love them. We went to Tinkerfest. Y'all were at Tinkerfest
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year. We did the Newport. Y'all did Newport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did Newport. We did
Yeah.
Newport at the Postmaster there. I've taken the
Yeah.
kids. We always enjoy them. The
Yeah.
I
wild
love
horses is our favorite. My kids, we throw down to wild horses all the time.
We're actually recording a version of that and we'll be putting it on Spotify.
Awesome.
So they should be ready after that.
I don't have to listen to recordings anymore.
Chris
Yeah,
loves Norfolk too.
I do too. I love it.
Yeah, they were
So-
some great people. They had contacted me and they were just getting started bringing in live acts.
Yeah.
And, they were like, we need to stick it kind of small.
Yeah.
And
Monkey Thumb was there.
I sent several different acts up there. And I've noticed over the last couple of years that they keep going back.
Oh,
and
know.
I'm like,
It's
yeah,
the same. And they did
that's great.
Our Noxapalooza that we put on. I bought all my kegs from there, just from going to those shows with them and with Monkey Thumb. Their beer's awesome. It's a cool little spot to hang out. Usually got to get a food truck out there. They do.
Cool.
I never know what a place is gonna think of us. I mean, we have gone into, and this is not Norfolk. Norfolk is like a laid back, chill little
It is.
brewery. But when you're going into the mountains in Arkansas, you kind of don't know where you're playing. And we have yet to play at a place that has chicken wire up between the band and the audience.
Funny.
And I'm not going to say the venue, but we got pretty close.
It's like it was this far away from happening.
I mean, I was sitting there.
So it
and
wasn't
I
no
was like-
roadhouse.
Yeah, it was a very roadhousey vibe, and there was
Red pickled eggs on the counter and plastic jugs of whiskey. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know how LGBTQI friendly the place was, you
Right.
know?
Right.
And yeah, it's sometimes it works being straight passing, but
All right. Facebook use Jody. This is Jody. Says yeehaw from the mountains to Arkansas.
Mina.
LOL. Come to Mina.
I was going to say she probably said something about Mina.
I will have to say we've never been chased out of a place. We've always like everything's always went really well, and people are like I keep hearing the word refreshing. That it's not what they're hearing all the time coming through. Because when we do have covers, or like modern covers like Bishop Briggs and Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift and stuff like that. And maybe other acts are kind of scared to go into that because it's newer. But I think you take something like that and you put a unique spin on it, and you really just can connect. You can connect with people that tend to tune out.
Right.
So yeah. So I've been pleasantly surprised, but I have had a few shows where I'm like, oh, we should have gotten prepaid for this, because makes me a little nervous. Right. Another thing is I'm going to be talking kind of a brief amount about the Arts Council and grants and our experience there, but they also have some like great programs where if you have like a state gig, they'll reimburse the agency 40% of your booking fee, which makes you affordable, which is cool. And it kind of, the state likes to pay good money usually. 501Cs are in that too.
Jody said, if you come to Mina, you'd be safe with her.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You got ice, Jody. You got the ice.
Right. And then there's another program that's that with veterans. we don't do that, but I know some artists that do, and they find it really rewarding. So I'll kind of be glossing over that, and of course, the person from the Arts Council will be there, so that person will be there
Will
to
there be
network with
any
and visit with
music from
afterwards.
you? Will there be any kind of music at all?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No,
Straight up talk.
this is a
Cool. That's what I'm
learning
asking. Straight up.
experience.
Straight
Yeah.
up.
Yep,
Want
this
to
is
know.
all about education and learning, because this was really hard for us, and I'm sure this is really hard for everybody else who's been slugging through this. And I know how it is to go into workshop and to sit there and kind of be like, I know all of this, but really, if it's been 4 years since you've done your artist statement and you've looked at your audience most likely have transitioned in their needs, and you may have a new audience, or your audience may, is your audience, going to be going out to the after party after they get off work, and are you going to be an 11 to 2 a.m. band, or do they have young kids and do they need an earlier gig, or
Right.
have they gotten to the degree that really happy hours is what they can make, so reassessing is so important in this industry, because as artists we shouldn't have only one season.
Exactly.
So smart, so inquisitive on everything, like the way you look at things. I'm very interested. I hope that maybe we can make it out
Oh
to
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Sounds really
I might be
interesting.
running a little late and like running in there
Yeah.
because of my day job, but sounds
No,
very
I like it.
educational, and I think it's something that
Yeah.
we should do as well, since we
lot
are
of
going to be
artists need to
putting
get out and do it.
festivals on.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And remember, if you missed some of it, you can just go to the email on the Zoom and catch up on what you missed out.
Cool.
So
that's right. So if I miss some, I can check that email. Pow! It's right there.
Yeah.
The magic of technology. It's right in your hands.
I will say that they just sent us to LA to attend a conference, and they paid for half the let's see here, half the conference tickets, half the hotel, half the flight. Well, we did an Airbnb, but half the ride shares and half the food. Um, we were lucky that we only bought like 3 meals, because like people kept getting our checks, and I always know how successful I am if somebody else grabs my check.
Right.
I was like, they're
Nice
going to return my
feeling.
email.
It's a nice feeling.
Sister, thank you so much
Yes.
for coming on, and thank you for doing stuff like this to help educate and help your surrounding musicians and artists, and
Digging a little deeper.
and digging
Yeah.
deeper,
Yeah.
and really getting out there and paying it forward what has been done for you, which is really awesome. I'm a big believer in paying things forward, and you are showing it true right now doing this,
Yeah.
and this could help so many artists and that they probably didn't even know about this.
Yeah, no, we didn't. I'm a go-getter, and I didn't know about it for 17 years.
Right?
We have an issue with not sharing resources, and I'm hoping that this is a first step of many to break down that barrier.
So the door
yeah.
is open. The door is open.
October 26th.
Arkansas musicians, check this out. The door
I will
has
have
been
free
open.
money people in the room.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The door has been open to help, all these great Arkansas artists, on this event. So the door's open. All you got to do is, like she said, there's one requirement. You got to pay it forward. You got to pass it on to somebody else. So that door's open. Will you walk in? Will you be part of that stepping stone to make that difference, so you can go to the next level, so you can help somebody else go to the next level?
Show up and soak it up.
Come on now.
Yep.
It's right there. It's right there. Don't make mama. No.
I can't tell you how much money gurus usually charge for stuff like this.
Right.
And it's not that this is free. This is your tax dollars at work.
Yep.
You've already paid for it.
Exactly. Hello, Jerry. How you doing? One of our biggest supporters is in here, Jerry. Hey, Jerry. We are on our first interview with this beautiful lady. When we end this one, we will be coming back later tonight at 8:00 with the owners and hosts of the Josies.
Josie and Tina Marie.
I'm going to tell you something, Veronica. I'm a nervous freaking wreck girl.
She got to go to the Grand Ole Opry. We're going to the Grand Ole Opry this weekend.
You know, the
that's
first
awesome.
year I went
Yeah.
is I didn't expect to win, and I was going through treatment and stuff, and I was not as nervous. But that word, Grand Ole Opry, come on,
Yeah.
it's just got me going.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
You would be surprised the people I met backstage at BMI that I boldly invited to my show, and then I looked up who they were after we talked.
Look on her face. She's like,
and she's
I'm a
like,
little nervous about this show.
she goes, "Oh my God!" And I
Shit.
was talking to my son. My son, he goes, "If you win, Mom, and you get to walk up in that circle, you got to take a picture." I said, "Son, if I win and walk up in that circle, I'm liable to puke."
I'll be there with the trash can.
But no, really, I won't puke. I can't do that to Opry, but I will
Just
feel
don't
like
eat
it.
before you go. That's the answer. to
Right.
Well, we like to eat.
Let's see. Oh, thank you. But yeah, so sister, thank you so much for coming on and educating and doing this wonderful event. And either both of us will be there or one of us will be there.
Somebody will be there.
Because if I'm having to do my day job and I can't get there right when it begins, this one is very good at taking notes. And she's like you, she's very persistent. And she's very she don't have a problem asking questions.
I don't.
She'll be like you going, "Hey."
I'm annoyed at times.
But
Oh
in a
yeah, no,
loving
I
way.
am. That's why I try to warn people. I'm like, tell me if I need to go away,
Yeah.
because
Goodbye.
I
So if I need to skedaddle, if I'm embarrassed, I said skedaddle. I got it.
But sister, we want to thank you for coming on and
Yes.
and doing this great event. And again, it is Arkansas Art Council. GetSmART. GetSmART. Not GetSmART. GetSmART. Yeah. Learning series, how to sell out a venue and get invited back. And it's taking place October the 26th at Water Water Tavern, which is 2500 West 7th Street in Little Rock,
Arkansas.
Yeah. So when you come back from Austin? I
we
need my
drive
hair
back-
did, girl. No.
We drive back tomorrow, and we'll probably get in, I guess, around 10 midnight or so. I have 2 clients the next day, and then we go out to Texarkana, and we have like the second leg of this, and those 2 gigs, and then we'll be back in for a while. We also have some pressure for new songs. We have a list of people that want new songs. If they're working
on Spotify,
Right. If they're wanting them for placement for TV and film, or if they're wanting them for to circulate around to booking agents and whatnot. I think we have over a dozen people. They're like, we got about 50 starts of songs that are at various levels of being finished. Some of them just literally need to be recorded. They're finished. And they're like, now. So, okay. And then the car thing happened. I was like, cool. Well, we'll be home for 3 weeks so we can work on this.
Right.
What's this?
There you go.
Y'all have safe travels on the way back
you
home,
have
by
a
the way.
safe trip coming home,
Yes.
sweetheart. Watch out for the crazies. Don't let nobody mess up your car any worse than it already is.
It was only ding, thank goodness, but it knocked a sensor out. So we haven't had full self-driving this whole time. And I am just beside myself. How do you guys do this driving your own car thing?
Yeah. I was so over that. It's like when my mirror, I have a mirror that like mine has a signal on my Kia. And it's like it has the autocorrect thing. Well, my husband or ex-husband knocked it out, and so it has a sensor on it. And I'm like, why can I not just like push my little button and it work anymore. And I've had it back ordered from Kia for like 6 months. So it's been a trip.
Hello, Sean.
Oh,
Sean is
that not be
watching
us.
from
I know.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. Woo!
cool.
Yes, yes. Well,
Just
sister,
let them
thank you.
know we'd like to play out there.
Yes, Sean.
Yeah, there you go. You got some spots.
Give me venues, indie pop, alt rock, somewhere in that range.
That's right. And I do want to put this out there. We have 2 streams today. When we let her go, we're going to talk about what happened at Rocktoberfest.
Yes.
But if you're watching, when you see this stream end, do not go away, because at 8:00 we will be back, and we will be there with the mother-daughter trio. No, duo. I was putting myself in the middle.
Yeah, I see what you were doing.
I was working my way
You was
in.
adding yourself.
Yeah, so we will be doing 2 today, and we did them separately, so I can send this to her, and she can use it for any promotion that she
Yeah.
wants, and I can send it to Josie, and they would be separated, so
Y'all
they can
do
use it.
Yeah.
Because she contacted me, and she's like, "Yo," I love how she contacts me. She goes, "Hey, yo, I got this thing. I need to help get word out." I'm like,
There you go.
"Okay, let's do it."
Well, it was an honor. I love your brain. I love how your angle on music is a lot different than most people's, and I really enjoy that. I've enjoyed learning.
Sean said, "Send him a message." He says, "Please come over and just send a message." So send him a message, and maybe he can help you figure out, what would be a good fit for y'all up there in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm talking to a couple of people about returning back to Nashville. So we love that Nashville was insane. Like Nashville was like what happens on the movies that you see where the band gets discovered. That's what happened in Nashville. I've never experienced that before. I'm hoping I have a repeat of it tonight, though.
He says,
You invited people, so
Sean says he knows people. LOL.
okay.
Hey,
So,
look, it's people.
yes, we'll definitely get you in touch with Sean. Yeah, and maybe next year we can maybe I'll do something, and maybe you'll be at the Grand Ole Opry next year.
I have my sights on. I got to see a Grammy live, like in person, and I got to see an Emmy in person.
That's cool.
And I am apparently part dragon, and that's why I have saxophones, because they are gold, and I like gold things.
You like shiny? That's how I am. Shiny.
I'm gonna need both of those.
Shiny and sparkly. I wear a lot of glitter.
Well, see, this is I'll show you
They're
the
bigger
first
than
one.
I thought they were. That's the thing with awards. You don't realize how big they are, right?
Well, see, this was the first year. This was the
one.
first year, which was just beautiful
cool.
and amazing. That was the first year. Hold that one, sister.
Classy and everything.
And then this was last year.
That was last year's, and we're gonna sweep up this third one, hopefully.
Oh, I'm bringing that shit home. I'm bringing that shit back to Arkansas.
We're gonna rob them. We want our third one.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have them as a
That.
set. That one, yeah.
Yeah, see.
That's
Oh
nice,
yeah.
that's better, yeah.
So this year, maybe this one's like this big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They keep upgrading them. So.
Right.
But
Until they get to their final form.
Right. So, and the way I look at it is I couldn't even be considered for something as amazing as this without all you supporters. You were one of my first interviews when I started this, and and one of the first artists that I really started attach myself to. The way I found out is I found out she's a hairdresser, and I wanted the brightest red, and I wanted it to last. And she was like, "Well, come on down." And my hair was pretty long at that time.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, come on over." And she actually told me what to do to keep it that bright. And it lasted 6 months. And at that time, I own my own karaoke company. And so I was telling everybody, "Hey man, yeah, you got to get your hair done."
Well, that's my secondary passion. I went to the Salon Professional Academy. That's the Redken School. That's my
Mhm.
secondary thing that I like to do is the hair
Yeah.
stuff. She does amazing coloring.
And
stuff. Her
Chris,
colors
your
are-
beautiful Chris, says
massage
Chattanooga got
Yeah, but
that
he does
badass
massage.
aquarium.
He does massage
Now,
therapy.
if we
stuff,
ever
doesn't
if
he?
we ever get famous and people want to stalk us and they want to find us the day of the show or the day before the show, if there's an aquarium nearby, there's a pretty
That's
good
where you're gonna
chance
be
that you
at.
can run into us there.
Yeah.
Well, we got a viewer from Georgia. Hello, Georgia. How you doing, Georgia? Uh,
And
but
I will
guys, we're
say
gonna
with this, people can attend from all, like I got a guy that I think he's in the UK that's going to be attending virtually because he represents artists and like he has an A&R company and he wants to get some of this information to as groundwork to help his artist.
right.
So yeah,
So just remember,
it's open to
guys, if
everyone.
you are not in Little Rock, Arkansas, you can attend this virtually.
Yes.
You can attend this virtually. You go to Veronica's page and the event is up there and it's got links and she will tell you, just message her. She will tell you how to do it. And you can attend this from Chattanooga. You could attend this from Georgia. You could attend
all
this
of our,
all
our
over.
viewers.
So
Mhm.
just remember, you do not have to be in Little Rock, Arkansas to sit in on this great event. So thanks to you,
But-
sister, for
yeah.
doing this.
Yeah,
Thanks
and
to
thanks,
you.
ladies.
Sean says, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, sister, we are going to let you get because you're sitting
Yes.
outside and I know temperatures are going to be dropping and you're going to be getting cold. But we want to thank you so much for being on here today, baby. And,
do,
you know, and
very
reaching
much.
out to us to help you get the information and get the word out about this great event. And kudos to you for, you know, trying to pay it forward and help other artists out.
Most
And, you know,
definitely.
and when I say artists, I mean musicians, art, you know, visual
Anybody,
art,
like,
you know,
yeah.
just artists in general. You know, thank you. Kudos to you. You
Thank
know,
you guys for being a great partner. And if you
Uh,
attend, you'll know what I'm referring to.
oh yeah, you got it. You got it, sister. To the end, always.
And Chris just put the link up. Also, if you'll
Yes,
notice, the
the
people
link
watching.
is yes, the link
Yes.
is in the comments.
Yeah, he
The
just
link is in
posted
the
it.
comments, and so you can click that link, and you can, you know, get your seat reserved. You know, it
Good.
is free. It is free, and
Free
this could
knowledge, free
change.
money, free everything.
This can change your
Free.
world. This can
Mhm.
change your
It
world.
changed mine. 5 years ago, we were playing open mics, and now we're in Austin. And 2 days ago, I was in the backstage area of BMI networking because the things that I've done using their money and their resources has gotten me to this point.
Awesome. See, that can be you.
Yep.
That could be you.
Thank you so much. It was very nice interviewing you, Veronica. I'm a big fan.
Right.
Always have been.
She's fangirling over here. She goes,
I am.
"Oh, I got to talk about Newport." I got-
They're talking about everything. My kids
Love you guys.
Love you too, sister. Mwah.
Safe travels.
Safe travels home.
Bye.
Bye, baby. So that was Veronica, and it, like I said, Arkansas Art Council. Get smart. Yes, get smart. Learning series taking place October 26th at Water Tavern, 2500 West 7th Street in Little Rock, Arkansas. But you can also attend it virtually. The link is in the comments from Chris Long. The link is in the comments from Chris Long. And we do have another interview coming up. So here shortly, we're going to be ending this one. And when we come back, yes.
On the road to the Josies has been our theme.
Yes,
So
it's been our
tonight,
theme this month.
We're doing the cupcake, the frosting. We're
Yes,
getting the candle
the
on
candles
it.
and
We're doing
everything. It's just going to be on top
It's
because we got the
everything.
sister and the mama.
Yes, Josie and Tina Marie.
Yes, the JMA Fest, Josie Music Awards. These women are amazing. We've had a day of amazing. We're going to have a day of amazing women.
Power.
Power, girl power. Wow. But we love you guys in the audience.
I like guys.
Yeah. She goes, I like guys. She's something else. So, before we get off of this one, let's talk about what happened this weekend. This past weekend, man. Wow.
Rocktoberfest.
Rocktoberfest.
Spa City.
Yes, Spa City Rock
Heartbeat
Beat Entertainment.
We got Dean,
Michelle,
Michelle,
and
and Blake at
Yes.
South Haven put on a shit.
Well, y'all seen all
on
the
a
live
show.
interviews. You know, I was only doing snippet videos, just small like taste videos because
TT's gonna take a potty break real quick.
she gonna take a- she's like, I got to go. But
Yeah, we'll get that up.
we interviewed everybody except Tantric, which we will get. You know, I talked to Hugo and we will get him on a later date when he gets off the road, because my last interview, the storm was coming in and the wind had caught my canopy during one of my interviews and blew it. And we put it back up thinking, oh, we can hang out just one more. And it blew it over again. I was like, yeah, it's coming in hot and heavy. So, you know, we might just need to get all this fancy equipment out of the weather. So we had to shut it down, but we will get them on at a later date. But we interviewed, I mean, there were so many bands. And Art Beat Entertainment, they took it to the next level. They had this humongous, beautiful professional stage. By the way, big shout out to their sound guy. He was amazing. And you know, the bands were phenomenal. And her son, Racer Dean, he did his drums. He's 9 years old. And he did a drum solo. He had his own little drum solo set, which he killed. He absolutely killed. And, you know, and the night was topped off with Tantric. And it was just a great event. And so, you know, we have a lot, you know, the live videos are on my page, but we will be having videos at a later date because we did record the audio on a Zoom, and on some of them when the music in the background was real loud. So we recorded the audio. So at a later date, maybe we could take the videos down and put the, you know, audio on it. If not, you know, I'm working on getting our audio version of internet radio station set up to where it will actually have, you know, the audio, special audio interviews that are going to be exclusive to that. So it was really great.
Where's
And
our memorabilia? Right here?
oh
Right
yeah.
here? Yeah.
And we got from Dark
There we
from Day
go.
One, we got some autographed memorabilia to add to our wall. We want to send a big shout out to Dark from Day One. You know, and JD put JD Good. He put this sweet message on it. It says, Mary and Russell, thank you for the support and everything you have done. I mean, he's just over the year.
Johnny D Good fucking adopted my kids.
And then Rob
he
put
sent Racer home with all kinds
yeah,
of
and then
crap.
Rob put a picture up of me and them and
Yeah.
said, "This woman is everything I love." And I'm like, you know, when bands,
The vibe was amazing. Every band did
Yeah, I mean-
amazing. The Almas, like everybody went above and
well,
beyond.
yeah, I mean, we've
They really
interviewed
did.
the Almas. We've interviewed the Almas.
They
I
went
have,
above and
but we
beyond,
finally got
above
to
and
see them in
beyond.
person. So, you
Yeah,
want to put
no,
that over there?
that's- Yeah, I will.
But
Put it
it was awesome. Hey Ashley. So guys, here in just a little bit, because it's already 7:00 and we need to take pee breaks and everything
I did it
before
already.
we get Tina Marie and Josie on the next live stream, which will be coming back on at 8:00. So when we get off here, if you're watching, stick around, because even though this one will end,
Oh.
we will be
Thank
back.
you, Ashley. I love my mushrooms too.
Ashley, you will get to
I
meet
love
her.
mushy.
You will get to meet her when we come to Honey Island Swamp Fest next month. Yes,
Jay Jones.
that is Derek Prashon's wife.
Awesome.
That is
Cool,
that's
cool.
Derek Prashon's wife,
Cool,
the
cool.
one that got us up there, and that's my
thanks.
sister Ashley.
Thanks.
And so I can't wait to hug you, sister. I can't wait to.
Rocktoberfest shout out, man. Like that, they let my kid go out there, and my kid got to experience a really cool. Shout out to Brandon Lee Hall.
We're gonna do
from
something
day
real
one.
quick.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if we can do this really.
He let Brandon from so many different bands, Luke Shoemaker, Espionage Jack. This dude slapped skins for a lot of people locally, and he let my kid use his kit and totally just rock it out with no questions asked, like none, like no questions asked. Did it? We did it. Let's do this one. Right here.
Okay,
There we
we're
go.
gonna do a little screen share real quick, because this was pretty awesome.
He did good. He was.
This was
good.
pretty
He's
awesome.
kind of cool for a 9-year-old.
He's kind of cool for a 9-year-old.
He's
That's
kind of
right.
cool. Monkey Thumb too. They rocked the stage.
So
they really did.
we're gonna do. You said do this one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so we're gonna. This is her 9-year-old son, Racer Dean, on the
Doing
stage
Warranty, I believe.
Saturday. You know, and he's on the same stage as Tantric and all these great bands, but this is her 9-year-old son, Racer Dean. So we're gonna pull this up and let's see.
Good. He designed his own logo, graphics, and everything.
Okay.
This is him doing Yin by Slipknot. This is me and his jam because I would die for him.
Yeah, we're only gonna be able to do a little snippet since it's Slipknot, so this interview doesn't get muted like the last one did. But you can find this on Tiffany's page, I'm telling you. And Racer Dean will have a page real soon.
We're working on it. We're getting one built up.
You're the sun that I've been waiting for. The helmets around my throat. It's all I can think about. The smell of sweat and blood. I would feed you all my pleasures.
I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit so we can really get into it.
There you go.
Let's see.
There we go. Shout out to Seth Irwin from El Camino on catching the video and the audio on this as well.
Right. And again, we can only do a snippet, unfortunately, because of
You
meta.
can't go to my page, Tiffany Ashcraft knows. Know that I would die for you. There's Maisie. What's up, Maisie? That's Racer's daddy right there in the house. In the house. That's old dad. Die for you. Yeah. Thank you, Ashley.
Yes, it is
Thank
just
you, Ashley.
amazing.
He's
You
pretty
know, it
awesome.
is amazing. And, you know, and you go look at Tiffany's page and actually, you know, watch the full videos because there's like 4 videos, aren't there?
Oh, there's the
Yeah.
ones the ones
there's
from
like 4
Saturday, yes,
videos.
we got
And the only reason why we can't play the whole thing through is because Meta likes to mute your stuffer.
the mama. He likes that move to the mama. So yeah, he did Warranty by Slipknot, and then he did that one that you just seen a little snippet of was Yin by Slipknot. Then he did a little freestyle riff on some stuff. He's a huge Slipknot fan. That's where he gets a lot of his inspiration. Again, shout out to Brandon from Luke Shoemaker and Espionage Jack for letting my kid sit down on his kit.
Right.
We really appreciate that. He looks up to you, and y'all both had y'all's little twin shirts at the end of the night. The Slipknot. That's their jam, man.
And they couldn't have done that.
No,
you know, they didn't. Neither one of
it.
them knew about
They
it.
didn't plan it.
You know, neither one of them knew
It's a
about it.
drummer
And
thing.
Ashley says, "This little dude is. Oh, he is. He
Oh,
is.
He is.
He is awesome. He is awesome. And you know, and I mean, I'm not his mom. I'm just his adopted aunt, and I was proud of the pudding."
He did good.
You know, I'm just sitting up there because, you know, all the bands were great, you know, but unfortunately, people didn't get there until
I
later.
know.
So,
He had a good slot.
but
so
luckily, when he came on, people were like, "Go encore, encore," and I was like, "Look at this, you know."
little 9-year-old.
Yeah. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty freaking awesome. Well, guys, we're going to end this one, but we will be back on at 8 o'clock.
With Josie and
And
Tina
Tina Marie. Yes, we will be back on at 8 o'clock with the owners and co-host or owners and host of the Josie Music Awards, the first annual annual JMA Fest. And she has her own show, the Josie Show. They have all kind. Oh my gosh, this is just amazing. So we will be on here with the actual mother and daughter that started it all.
We got Luke Shoemaker from around here.
Yes.
That old guy. That old guy. He's up for a little bit of a nom.
Yeah, well, Luke's. I mean,
Yeah.
well, y'all have been seeing me like sharing everybody's. Luke's up, Big Shane's up. You know, we
There's
sent Luke.
tons,
We
yes.
sent Luke a message trying to interview him, but he's been super busy, so he wasn't able to do one before the Josies. But we will hang out with Luke at the Josies, and we interviewed Big Shane, and Voodoo Moonshine. Let me tell you something. Voodoo Moonshine is our new theme music. You seen the credit going to Voodoo Moonshine? Yeah,
I
them
did
guys
like
are actually
that.
playing.
Yes.
So we're actually going to get to watch them on stage playing.
I did like that.
At the JMA Fest. Yes. So it's going to be a great interview, and we're going to get the behind the scenes story of how it all started.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
You just got high racer for that. In the back.
There's Voodoo Moonshine. Voodoo Moonshine in the house. Yeah. We when we interviewed them, we were like, hey, can we adopt your song? We'll give you credit for it. But can we
Right.
adopt your song for our little intro video? And they're like, I don't care. But it was just like, it sounds like me and Tiffany because we're wild and crazy girls. Give it to me. Give it
Just
to
a
me
little
one
bit.
time, baby.
Just a little bit. I can get a little wild and crazy from time to time. We all know that.
But guys, we're going to get off here for right now, but we are going to be back at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We are going to be back. And I'm going to go to my Facebook. She's going to go to her Facebook. We're going to share the Josie one. That way it's at the top of our page.
Yes.
So you can't miss it. 8 o'clock. We will be back with the two beautiful ladies.
Not us. Not us. The other two.
We're beautiful.
She.
We're goofy, but we're beautiful.
Hang it in there. Hang it in there.
I missed you last week.
I know.
It's so good to have you back.
You were just like, where's she at?
I know. I felt empty inside. But
Anyway, tune in. Do it.
And Voodoo Moonshine says, of course. And they will be back. They will be back for that interview. All right, guys, we're going to get off here so we can do a little pause for the calls. And then when we come back, we will. Yeah. See, they said you're both beautiful. They said you're both beautiful.
Yes. See.
But we will have beautiful Josie and Tina Marie, the
Get the
owners
scoop.
and the host of the JMA Music Fest.
Happening at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yes. So keep around. We'll be back at 8. Yeah. Yeah.